Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope your families are safe and healthy. I decided to present this early morning video. Haven't done one in a while, just a brief devotional and a few thoughts I want to share with you and a little bit of information I'd like to pass your way for our members especially. So we'll get right into it. I want to begin by saying that it doesn't take a genius to figure out that we're living in difficult and trying times. And sometimes it's difficult to decide how we want to use our time. But we know from Scripture and from studying of the Bible that God says a lot about time. And I'm going to discuss a little bit of that this morning as we look at Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verses 1 through 9. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 9. There is an appointed time for everything, and there's a time for every event under the heaven. A time to give birth, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to uproot what is planted, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to tear down and a time to build up, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to throw stones and a time to gather stones, a time to embrace and a time to shun embracing, a time to search and a time to give up as lost, a time to tear apart and a time to sew together, a time to be silent and a time to speak. That's probably the one most of us have the biggest difficulty with. A time for war and a time for peace. What profit is there to the worker for that in which he toils? And we'll go on and read verse 10 as well. I have seen the task which God has given to the sons of men with which to occupy themselves. So here God is, through Solomon, the Lord is reminding us that everything in life has an appointed time. And there's a time, when there's a time for one thing, there's a time for the opposite thing as well. Things basically saying everything doesn't last forever. And it's a challenge to know what to do with our time and how to use our time wisely. But God is in control. God is there for us. God is there with us. And he challenges us to trust him. And in Psalms 46, in verses 10 and 11, we read the following. Cease striving and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our stronghold. So no matter how we use our time, no matter how the time tries our patience, it tries our energy, and tries our very soul, we must understand and remember and trust in the fact that God is in control and that we need to quit striving no matter what the time is that we're using it for, no matter what time is in our life, whether it's a time of trouble and toil or whether it's a time of pleasure and peace. We need to know that God is in control, and it says that we need to cease striving. Quit worrying about things. Quit thinking that you're in control. Quit worrying about not being in control, and understand that God's in control. Cease striving and know that I am God. God is God, and he is there for us, and he is there with us. And if we remember this, whatever types of times we're facing, we will be at peace with ourselves, knowing that God is in control. I thank you for joining me this morning, but now I have a few brief announcements I want to make. One of the reasons for this video is that I've been having trouble with my Facebook account, and this is an experimental video that hopefully will help me fix my problems. And I just want to announce to our members that last night we had a men's meeting, and there was several ideas that were discussed regarding the church here in Geneseo. And I wanted to let you know that I'll present those ideas that for your consideration and thought during our class time tonight, which will be at 6:30 p.m., where we will continue our study of 2 Corinthians chapter 8. We may conclude that chapter, we may not, but at any rate, we'll continue it tonight at 6:30 p.m. at 2 Corinthians chapter 8. So I hope this devotional this morning has been a benefit, and I also hope that it helps me to straighten out the problem I'm having with Facebook. So I would thank you for joining me this morning, for those who are watching live, and for those who may watch later. If not, please join us tonight at 6:30 p.m. for our continued study of 2 Corinthians. And this week we'll be continuing in chapter 8. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day. Goodbye.